Hello, my beautiful, beautiful friends. It's Reverend Dr. Judi Weaver. Happy April, and this is HeartBEat, right? We are our monthly new HeartBEat. I'm so excited to welcome you to the month of April. And I think most of you know that I'm traveling in Greece, and so I decided to go ahead and to record here. So here we are in Kavla, Greece. That's right, that's the island that's right over there, and this adventure is just absolutely spectacular. There are so many incredible teachers and world-renowned spiritualists that are here, and the energies, the information, oh my goodness. And it's not even just those of us that are in the human form, let's be real, because there's so much more that is, the lands are really talking to us, and the seas are really bringing up that information, and it's ancient wisdom, being able to tap into that energy as well. Well, I'm kind of going on, but anyway, let me go ahead and start like I always do with our opening prayer so that I can bring in everybody to be able to welcome us to this wonderful new month of April that we are stepping into. So here we go. Heavenly Father, Great Spirit, we come before you upon this day, lifting each of your beautiful, precious children. We call upon the archangels. We call upon the masters and teachers, benevolent beings of the highest and purest. Open our hearts, minds, and souls to clarity, to guidance, and to your healing grace. We ask this in your precious name. Amen. Ooh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Ooh. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, so first of all, happy April Fool's Day, right? Because this is April 1st. And so it's always a fun time just to kind of play some of those tricks on people, just to make them think a little bit and to feel that joyfulness. And that's one of the things that I do love about the month of April. We've just come into the springtime now, so that's always a fabulous energy that's really pushing us and moving us into this other space. And April Fool's Day is just kind of a fun time just to be in that space of fun. So go ahead, do something crazy a little bit. Say a little joke. You know, being childlike allows the child in you to really and truly come to that space and place for you and with you. So anyway, good, good, good. April 2nd is the full moon. And is that not just so exciting that I'm actually doing an event here in Athens on April the 2nd, and it's Heal the Music, and I'm working also with a couple of these other wonderful people, and we're going to be doing a channel panel and then music. It's just going to be a lovely reflection, an exchange of information and of harmonization. Because that's the key. When we're really in this time, we are working really diligently to be the highest frequency that we can, and music is a beautiful way to be able to work with that. So I always encourage everybody, you know, when you're feeling that you're off balance, go back to those tones. Let yourself move into the ohms, you know, let yourself go to these different spaces of moving into that frequency and that harmonization of energy, so that you allow yourself to find that balance of resonance within yourself as well. And this full moon is our pink full moon, and so that's always just a joyfulness, a loving time and space. And the full moon is always a beautiful time of being able to really, you know, what do I want to let go of? Where am I at? What am I full with? And then to be able to set it down and to go forward. So April 6th is going to be Easter. Well, first of all, let me back up a second. Let me go to the new moon, because I want to go ahead and keep my moon cycles together before I get into other energies. So I'm not going to do it exactly in order, okay? So our new moon is actually going to be on the 17th of April. And again, that is a wonderful time when you really can go ahead and put your intentions towards what do you want to put new into your world. And we need to be very clear about that. We are here in the year of the fire horse, and I think everybody is recognizing that when you're thinking it, it's really coming into fruition. So you better be very mindful of what you're thinking, and really allow yourself to focus your thoughts as to what it is that you really want and what you want to attract. But it was really fun. The other day we were doing this really cool meditation, and horse came in, and it was with Debbie Dashinger. She's just lovely. And it was, she was doing animal spirit. And when the horse came in and, was right there, and of course it's a fire horse, so we're all getting ready to ride. But it was so wonderful the way the horse really came in under me. And he turned around and he looked at me and he said, just ride. You don't have to do the running. You don't have to do all of the work behind it. Let me carry you. But tell me where you want to go. And was that not just a beautiful space of freedom and an opportunity to just connect? I loved that. I thought that was so beautiful. What a wonderful gift from my beautiful fire horse. So it's about focusing. Where do I want to go? Because I'm going, and they're going to carry me. So I don't have to do all the details. I can go ahead and allow them to do that kind of work. I can just tell them, okay, let's go here. We're going right, we're going left. Where are we going? Excellent, excellent. Okay, so the next thing that I want to go ahead and talk about is April 3rd, which is Good Friday. And actually April 2nd is also Monday, Thursday. And Monday, Thursday is always a beautiful time of reflection. And so it's really nice that we're doing the Heal of the Music on the actual Monday, Thursday. So it's just that new resonance of healing energy with and alongside. Good Friday, like I said, is on April the 3rd. And then on the 5th is Easter. And I always love this time of the year because it is always the most profound energies. And it doesn't matter what religion that you are participating with or not, the amount of energies that all the prayers that have created has created this vibrational frequency that we all have, that is feeding each of us, that's really helping to send that healing energy and the focused intention of that energy. So it's a beautiful time to really be able to reflect in that and to be able to receive that. And it's always just such a reminder of new birth. And we are always going through these incredible cycles of rebirth. And yes, there's a lot of chaos that is happening in the world, and we'll get into that in a couple of minutes. But that rebirth is always a choice, and that's a commitment with each of you to be able to connect with and to be able to put that heart energy into as well. So excellent, excellent. The other thing that I want to go ahead and mention is the Lyrids meteor shower. And so the most prominent time to be able to see it is April 21st and April 22nd. And I love meteor showers too, because it's that other clearing, right? And we're working with the crystals because we're working with all these different stars that are flying through. And so it's just another washing of energy that is really coming through the atmosphere. And it helps to sparkle, right? It helps to initiate, it helps to cleanse, it helps to inspire. So a really nice time of getting downloads of information is during an actual meteor shower. So if you're really looking to be inspired, go outside and watch for those. Remember, wish upon a falling star. Well, go spend time outside in that energy and let yourself really move into that. So that's always a wonderful thing to be able to do. Okay, so now things that are going on in the world of what I'm seeing, sensing, feeling, and being inspired with, or pushed. Okay, so we all know that the price of gas is really going up. There's all kinds of changes. There's, the U.S. is, yes, we are at war at this point in time. That is real, and there's a lot of other uncertainty in many places across the earth right now, which I will tell you that some of my guests decided not to go. This isn't a criticism. It's just a matter of people need to do what you need to do that feels comfortable for you. Okay, and that's the thing that I really want to be clear about when I'm talking about all of these different things. What I'm telling you is what I'm receiving for information. That does not mean that it's not going to impact or influence you in a different vibration. So please talk to your guides, your angels, feel into that energy for me directly, and allow yourself to have that exchange of information, so that therefore you're getting clarity with you and alongside of you. Now, one of the things that I had mentioned was that I do see different things that are happening around the earth that are pretty catastrophic. Land changes, okay? One of the things that I'm definitely feeling as a download is a shift that's happening in the state of Florida. And it's not necessarily along the actual coastlines, is what I'm seeing and sensing, that this change is taking place. What they're telling me is that we are creating a lot of sonic vibrations, and certainly with all the different launches, certainly with all of the different tests that are happening, the bomb tests that happen offshore, we are actually breaking down the lime rock that is foundationally holding our state in that secure resonance, and therefore sinkholes are going to become much more prominent, and they definitely are going to become dangerous in some situations. So I think I've been telling people right along, pray into your land where you're living. Ask it, am I living where I need to be living? And or is it time for me to think about making a change? And if it is time for me to think about making a change, where do I think I'm being inspired to go? Because that's so exciting. We can go absolutely anywhere. It was fun. One of the different presenters was chatting. They were talking about how they'd gone through their life and they were just so poor, and they didn't know what they should be doing, and then they came to the realization, well, I can be poor anywhere. I don't have to just be poor in America. And actually, once they got outside of America, depending upon the country that they chose to go to, their money went further. And so just kind of a different analogy is that, we can go absolutely anywhere. We are not limited only by what we choose to of ourselves. So there are going to be some significant changes that are happening on the earth itself. We know that this is coming to be. We know that Gaia is going through this expansiveness. In order to expand, you've got to be able to crack through. You've got to be able to break. You've got to be able to move. We went to one of the islands yesterday, or not yesterday, day before yesterday, and it was so cool because they were showing us how this particular area used to be the dock, and the entire island, some of it is going down while the other part is going up. So here they had all these different ports that now are dry land and parks, and there's buildings and all kinds of other things because the land grew on that side. But then on the other side, it's not there anymore. And so we need to be mindful of the changes that are happening across the earth, and that are the energy shifts, and that are the different volcanic activities, and that's all kinds of these different things that are coming into play. So pay attention to the land, talk to the land, connect with the land, talk to the trees, talk to the rocks. Oh my gosh, the rocks here are amazing. They are just spectacular. And there's such history that's within all of these different rocks. But it's about you tapping into the energy of that history so that you can connect with. And that happens on so many levels, because first of all, it happens energetically, just being in the presence of it. But then when you actually focus your attention, and you focus your attention towards whatever that is that you're trying to connect with, and you feel into it, well, then you're actually receiving a telepathic imagery exchange of information. So it's a beautiful way of being able to sense into history and to know things a bit more differently. And as we're going through these beautiful ancient islands, it is amazing what I am remembering. Not that I've always known I needed to go to Greece, and I didn't know why. I just always knew I needed to go to Greece. Well, when I went to Athena's temple the other day, Oh, when I trance channeled her, it was just spectacular, and it was so familiar. It was so familiar, and it was so beautiful, and it was just such a presence of resonance. And as I was standing there looking out, you know, because it's pretty high, and let me tell you, we had to climb 500 stairs to get there. That was a lot of work. I'm just saying. Anyway, as we were all the way up on the top of this bluff cliff looking out around, it was just spectacular. And I could see that. I could remember seeing that at a different time, in a different life, or in a concurrent life. I don't even know what or where, but it was such a beautiful familiarity. And again, when you feel called to go to the lands, you find answers about yourself. But you have to choose to go and to show up so that you have an opportunity to, right? Isn't that the way it kind of comes down to it? So, excellent, excellent. Other things that are happening across the earth. And there's a lot of dissension. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of all kinds of uncertainty. And I'm on all these different panels, and they're asking these questions, and it's like, well, what do you see, and where are you at, and da 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 da, and it's just so beautiful, because they talk about the chaos and spirituality, and what does chaos mean with spirituality, and what it really means is new opportunities. Right? Because you cannot build a new foundation on an old crumbling system. You have to be able to have chaos. You need to be able to come up with some type of a big event that brings you to be in a greater sense of awareness. And that chaos sometimes is an illness. Sometimes it's losing a job. Sometimes the death of a loved one. You know, I know that one. Losing my spouse was certainly something more than I had anticipated. But all of those events are a reflection of us to be able to see what is important to me. Who am I? What brings me joy? What do I want to do to create with me that can bring me joy? What are my dreams and my desires? What are my hopes? What inspires me? And travel is definitely something that's high on my list. And I love to be able to bring people on these incredible, beautiful journeys. And I have to tell you, I've got 2 new ones that I'm bringing into your awareness right now. First of all, in November of 2027, I'm going to be going to Nepal. So I'm going to be taking a small group to Nepal, and I'll be working with Daniel Gutierrez. So really excited to be working with him on this joint project. But this is a hot off the press. It's not even advertised yet. In August, I am going to be in Glastonbury, right? And so I'm going to be here with a conference with Portal to Ascension. And so we're going to be flying in on the 26th and the 27th. We're going to be doing this tour that's going to be in the area, 3 days of conference. And then I'm really working with Zoe Davenport over here. And so she's going to help me coordinate another 5-day journey into Ireland and Scotland, where we're going to spend some time just connecting with the land, being able to connect with the energies of some of these other powerful places. And she's going to be the driver and to help coordinate so I can bring 5 people. That's it, 5 people. And you need to not mind that you're going to go ahead and possibly be sleeping on the ground and or walking and hiking. And this is going to be an incredible experience. I have no idea how much it's going to cost. So I do know what the conference is. I know you're going to be flying over here to Bristol. Then you're going to be going over. Then we're going to be flying to Ireland, to Scotland, and then probably flying home from there. More information to come, but if it's something that you feel guided to, this would be August the 26th through September the 5th, just as an FYI. Again, did I know this was going to happen? Nope. Am I open to it? Absolutely. And am I going to open the door to invite you to join me? Because I choose to. And that's what I love about this journey. We don't have to do it alone. You're not crazy. You are just going through this beautiful evolution of your soul. And it's so wonderful to do that with our soul family. And so then we are creating the new relationships. We are allowing ourselves to grow into all kinds of other things as we're opening the doors and we choose to. And yes, I know there's a lot of things that are happening in the world. And you want to know what? I'm sending out that much more love, because I know how important my inspiration is to that world. And so I want to help be that stabilizing force. I want to help you to find that peace within yourself, that you know that you too have the ability and the capability to send that love energy out to the earth that will create that harmonization, that does make the changes. You send those prayers to all the leaders around the world so that they make the best decisions, because it does impact each of us. But I also encourage each of you to step into that same kind of energy too, because you are the change agents. You are the ones that are holding the answers. You are the ones who are inspiring the new to come into fruition too. Well, let me go ahead and drop into trance. Let's see, I'm not sure who's going to come in today, but let's just go ahead and see who comes in. So here we go. Pythagoras here. Yes, good day to all of you. I thought it made sense that I would come in to be able to have this opportunity to exchange the energies and to be able to think about the synchronicities. Is it not all about patterning that is taking place and changing the patterning? And to be able to change patterning, one must be able to form new resonances, to be able to move the energy frequencies in a different vibration of creation and of attraction that comes into play for all of you to have access to. This is a divine time that you are entered into, of what you would call your calendar year 2026. It has been 26,000 years since it is aligned specifically with the timeline of where you find yourself. That is right. Many things have come into fruition to align so divinely and perfectly to allow for this new creation of energy that is evolving, that is growing, that is coming into its awarenesses, that is coming into the online, the plug-in, the accessibility, because each of you are moving through this same resonance and frequency. This is part of what is taking place. The vibrations of each of you are elevating to a different time, space, continuum. Individuals are much speaking about, oh, ascension here or being left behind there. I will mention to all of you that it is essential for you to be mindful of your thoughts. Being mindful of your thoughts creates the events that unfold closest to you. I am not saying that you will not be impacted and influenced by other things that are nearby. Excuse me. The frequency and the vibration sometimes creates a different interaction with that of the physical body, and it responds so in such a way. That was a bit of an elation, was it not? Let's think about that. The opportunity for a sneeze, is it not a buildup of energy within each of you that has to express itself in such a format that it is unstoppable? And this is very key, I would say, in regards to what is taking place now upon your earth. The energies have been building and building and building to such a precipice that it must move through that expressiveness. And how is that expressiveness going to move through and within and alongside of each of you? This is a question for all of you to be able to ponder, to consider, and to feel into. This is not a time to sit on the sidelines. This is the time to be mindful of how you are anchoring your thoughts so that you will move more fluidly towards whatever that is now. This is a beautiful time, but remember that history does repeat itself, does it not, in so many fashions? This is not the first time of civilizations here upon the earth. There have been many different cultures that have gone through instinctual events, and therefore has created an entirely new evolution thereof. Many of you are speaking about the new contact that is coming into play. And let me just remind you, the contact of what you would call the ETs, the extraterrestrials, the other resonance of beings that live upon this earth, it is not new to just your timeline. It is not brand new coming into play in this timeline. It has been through and alongside of all timelines. It's just bringing it into awareness that each of you are recognizing and choosing to be able to have an experience with. Now, I will go ahead and say that many of you are actually having those physical experiences, are you not? You are recognizing a greater energetic exchange. Sometimes you are finding yourself being called outside during the night and or to connect with. Some of you may be having dream times of traveling on ships. And sometimes you may even feel that there's presences that are nearby and in your room. Where do you think that all of this great information has come from? Many different cultures, many different races, many different timelines, all coming into and culminating within this beautiful time and space. It is about following the mathematical currency, the lines thereof, of creation. It is about unifying the energies within each of you as those creators of that creation. That is right. It is about moving and honing into, directing so carefully, and or vibrationally attuning. Spending some time within sound therapy is always a beautiful experience and exchange for all of you to have access to. Well, I want to say that yes, there was a lot of demise that happened during my timeline of a physical existence here upon the earth. But the existence of me carries on, does it not? Which is why I'm exchanging this information and this energy and frequency with all of you at this particular point in time. How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to feel the joy in your life and share that joy in your life? And who do you want to share that joy in your life with? Allowing yourself to be in that space of uncertainty allows for curiosity, expansiveness, without expectation. Allow yourself to be in the moment of, what shall this come to be? And recognize the beautiful unfolding of the support that each of you have with your guides and masters and angels, as they are allowing for these beautiful opportunities of growth, development, and joy. So it has been my esteemed honor to speak to you upon this month of April, here from Greece. So many blessings, my dear precious ones, many blessings to each of you, and may you choose a joyous life to live upon this day and every day. Blessings. Well, my beautiful friends, I hope that you really enjoyed that transmission of information. I hope that you are enjoying the different pictures. I've been uploading a whole lot of them to Facebook. The reception is really rough, to say the least. And hopefully we'll be able to even get this uploaded and by April Fool's Day. But I don't know, fingers crossed. That kind of sounds like an oxymoron, does it not? Anyway, I am just so grateful for each and every one of you, and I will be going to California this month. I will be going to the New Life Expo, is where I'm going to be. Really excited about that. It's going to be out in San Rafael. I will be on the channel panel. I've got a wonderful workshop that I'm doing there. And I'm really focusing on a lot of the different travels, coordination. At this moment, I still have 2 slots left for Peru in October. So please go ahead and register quickly if it's an interest. Like I said, this Glastonbury is just coming up now. I only have a couple of slots, and so if it's something that you're interested in, please let me know as soon as possible, and that will help with the coordination of it. But you need to be ambulatory, and we're really going to connect with the land. So this is our little Fae folk people of self. We are going to go sparkle our way around Ireland and Scotland. Super, super exciting. So my beautiful friends, until we meet again, happy HeartBEat, and please come and visit me and be part of the community. I've got live channeling, I've got live messages, I do different light language activations, meditations, all kinds of different things that happen online, and workshops along the way. So many blessings, my friends, many blessings to all of you until we meet again. Bye-bye.